Let's talk about thawing Arctic permafrost and its general implications. Permafrost. Arctic is an inhabited region. It means that there are people living there. It became a hub for resource extraction and military operations during the Cold War. So you can understand that there was a lot of industrial activity and a lot of people also were involved there during the Cold War. So all of the approximately 2100 industrial sites such as oil fields, pipelines, mines and military bases and 5600 to 10,000 contaminated sites in Arctic, they are all built on permafrost. So you can imagine that the numbers are quite large. There are so many industrial sites. And the toxic waste from these industrial facilities has stayed buried in the permafrost on the assumption that it would stay locked away permanently. So when all these industrial sites produce these waste, it was assumed that it is going to be permafrost, it's not going to thaw at any time. So there is no need to remove them at all. It will just stay locked away permanently. As a result, industrial and toxic waste accumulated on or within the permafrost and no measures were taken to remove it. Even at present, industrial waste, you understand how they are processed and we try to eliminate chances of them affecting us. But imagine that untreated and accumulated toxic waste. Just imagine what if it gets released. Arctic is getting warmer at nearly four times faster than the rest of the planet due to climate change. That is very alarming. Arctic is getting warmer nearly four times faster than the rest of the planet. So permafrost is thawing, and it's not just that it's thawing; it is thawing rapidly. This can destabilize industrial sites and the contaminated areas. So it's a very alarming thing that we have to face going ahead. Now, let us look at the general implications of this thawing permafrost. I keep saying general because in a future video, we will be looking at things more closely. We will look at the geostrategic, geographical, and economic implications of the thawing permafrost in the Arctic. The general implications. First one, release of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. Lots of greenhouse gases will be released. The Arctic permafrost alone holds an estimated 1700 billion metric tons of carbon, including methane and carbon dioxide. These are all major greenhouse gases. And that is roughly 51 times the amount of carbon the world released as fossil fuel emissions in 2019. This is according to a report of NASA, which was released in the year 2022. So you can imagine that even in the year 2019, we are saying that our carbon emissions are way too high. And imagine that a reserve which is 51 times of the carbon emissions of 2019 are just waiting to get released. That's very huge. See, we will look at one instance of how this can come about. Plant matter, which is frozen in the permafrost, doesn't decay. So we would have a lot of plant matter in the permafrost already. But when the permafrost thaws, microbes within the dead plant material start to break the matter down, releasing carbon into the atmosphere. So lots of decay, lots of release of carbon. Now, the next point. Thawing permafrost will unleash thousands of dormant viruses and bacteria, according to a study conducted by Columbia University in the year 2022. Some of these could be new viruses that we have not heard about or we are not exposed to, but at the same time, some can be ancient ones for which the humans at present, who are alive at present, lack immunity and cures, or diseases that the society has already eliminated, such as smallpox or bubonic plague. So these are not things that the current population is used to or has immunity against. So even that, and these are epidemics, mind you. epidemics, or you could say to a certain extent pandemics to some of them. So no, some of them, yes. So to these all things can be very, very alarming. That's it.